Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Before we get started, real quick, raise your glasses for our Mufasa, our Sandlot, our Field of Dreams, and yes, our Darth Vader. James Earl Jones died today, so hey, this is to you, man. Rest in peace. He was 93, but that's not going to make it easier for his family. I'm reasonably confident. Anyway, so yeah, sucks. But what doesn't suck is we're going to talk tonight. We're going to have some fun. We're going to talk to Tragic Hero, who's going to talk to us tonight a little bit about dioramas and what he's doing on his end for those things. And I'm stoked. I'm excited about such things. So this should be a good chat. We're also going to be doing the normal Monday. We'll talk about the photogenic figures that went up for pre-order in the last week. Those, of course, have links in the video description. So, hey, click those. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the replay crew, let me know what exactly it is that you want to see featured on the live streams going forward, as far as dio makers, as far as other things, maybe set pieces, 3D modelers, all this. Tell me who you want to see, because all this stuff leads to absolutely fantastic action figure photography. Now, without further ado, we're going to bring on Tragic Hero. He's ready. He just heard me say it. Here we go.
What's up, Dave and chat? How y'all doing?
I'm all right. And I
awesome,
think the chat's doing okay, too.
Awesome.
Hold on, Mr. Spencer. Let's see. Oh, man, dinosaur. What's going on, Wreck Ship? Thank you for stopping by, guys. Appreciate it. So what we're going to do, we're going to start real quick. And we're just going to go over, actually, how about Tragic was talking to me about some figures. Go for it. What do you got here to show off, Tragic?
Mail call. So I was at Target the other day with the missus and came across some G.I. Joes. So I couldn't say no to these guys.
Very nice.
Yep. So we got the infantry and we got the recon diver. And I know I've been talking about this one for a while, but La Muerta. Granted, it's an empty box because I don't really open my figures, but I had to at this one. It was a must. Trench coat is
just really clean. Is she as clean as I've heard?
Yeah. I mean, she is smooth. So.
Oh man, they crushed it.
Yeah. Oops, sorry.
No, you're good.
There we go.
She looks great.
Thanks,
they really
man.
Did nail that.
Trench coat is improvised. Whoop. Foot standing down. Pardon me.
No,
all right. Yeah. So. Yeah. Awesome pickup. All right. Highly recommend it. Let's see. Got that there. Here we go. Awesome. So that's my pickup, my mail call for the week. So how about you? You? Anything?
Well, I'll tell you what. I haven't picked up much, but thanks to you, we got some, and let's see, we picked up, let me try and grab this real quick.
Yeah.
I'll show this because you guys know me and my brilliance when it comes to actually doing technical stuff. So here's this. I wanted to talk real quick about the prizes for this month's photo contest. Thanks to Tragic, he's providing the Once a Man Cobra Commander, which is very cool. And I ordered up the Chun-Li. So these are the photo contests, ladies and gentlemen. These are the prizes. It's winner take all this month. Like I've said in the past, we'll probably end up doing something where there will be a first, a second, and third, and all that stuff once we have enough people participating in these contests. So I did want to bring that up. Those are basically the acquisitions. It's gotten crazy around here lately. So there you go with what's going on with all that. What do you got there, Wreck Ship? Oh, I got to push buttons again. Did you get my submission, Dave? I did, and I emailed you back. Let me know what social media links you'd like me to put on the website for you. All right. So now, why don't we? What we're going to do here tonight, guys, is a little different. Rexship's going to show us the dios and what he's got going on. We're gonna start. Why don't we with some of the figures that have shown up recently that I think are pretty much fantastic. We won't get them all looked at before we start looking at some of the stuff that Tragic's got for us to check out. But I do want to check out some accessories, and there's just a lot. Like, there was a lot that showed up this past week, and it kind of shocked me. Now, this first thing I'm going to show, I don't know anything about it, so I will leave you guys to let me know what exactly it is. I know it says Ultraman, and I know it says SHF. So I know that this thing is pretty big time if they're actually making a cape as a separate piece to put with them. And if you'll notice on X and all over the internet lately, I've been saying, guys, help me out with anime. I don't know things.
The brothers Mantle. So it's old Japanese live action show. So it's kind of like Godzilla. So it was actually a pretty fun show. My older brothers got me into that stuff, so loved it. Yeah, so it's pretty neat to see that. So yeah, I don't collect it. It's pretty cool to see that just because, it brings back the member berries, but
right.
it's neat, so.
And that's something I got to figure out is oftentimes an Ultraman figure will show up and I'll look at it and go, isn't he supposed to be huge? Like, should I really be talking about something when we talk mostly 1/12 to 1/10 on here? But then some of them, I guess, are actually regular sized people. So I'm totally lost.
He grows big, so he gets really big. So he's a human and gets, activates his some type of power, and then he enlarges himself and takes on big monsters.
Okay, so he's like a kaiju fighter, kind of.
Absolutely. So I think he has taken on Godzilla. My memory serves me right, but again, it's been years since I've seen that stuff. So,
right.
But, yeah, I'm not a huge fan. I know it all, but I remember seeing that. So,
okay. Well, I certainly appreciate it because clearly I need help. Now, let me go find. Here we go. There was one more thing that I just thought was really cool, and I'm knocking them out here from BBTS because almost everything is on Entertainment Earth that I've got. Check this thing out. Father Dagon or something. It's something like 11 or 12 inches tall.
It's huge.
I know, and I just saw it, and I'm going, I have no idea what's happening with this, but I do know it's cool. This looks like something maybe Ultraman would throw down with.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I saw this, and I'm just going, look at all that detail. That's
like
that
is detail.
I know. Look, he's got the mouth he's got the head with the mouth, and then it looks like he's going belly bomb style with his gut too.
Yeah.
This thing's crazy. But I wanted to highlight this just because it's a weird thing that I saw and thought, this is pretty cool. We should talk about this thing.
Have you ever seen, what's this from? Cthulhu? All right, so this is Cthulhu, huh?
Yeah.
Father, okay, so the Dagon monster. So it's that H.P. Lovecraft stuff. So it's one of those layers of that, definitely. But it looks like something out of Berserk, if you're familiar with the comics or the cartoons. It's pretty cool just to see like that, the mouth right there coming out of the belly.
Right.
It's nuts.
No, I need to. Berserk's another one of those things I gotta check out. But I knew the Cthulhu connection.
Yeah.
I mean Lovecraft and all that stuff, but I didn't know.
Yeah, and it's in here. Oh no, it's in here. I never knew who this was. So the Sand Zero, pretty cool.
Okay. Yeah. I thought it was pretty sweet. And now we're gonna look at just a couple more things before we get into the new stuff. And then as soon as we're done looking at all that, I'll come in and we'll start talking dios with you. Now, one last week we were talking all kinds of reissues, basically. Well, one group that we didn't get a chance to really talk about on the live streams, I don't believe, was what all Mezco was doing reissue-wise. And these come out pretty soon. They come out in October, if Mezco can be believed. But I mean, if you guys,
you're not kidding.
yeah, if you guys missed out on these things and you want to check them out, they're there, man. I mean, it's crazy all the reissues that are coming out, but I think it's great for new collectors. I really do. But I understand we do need a balance at the same time, you know? You need it all.
True.
So we've got Golden Age Batman. I still need to pick up a Mezco just to test it out. Do you have any of those, Rick?
I do. So I have a few. So I think you definitely should get some. So
what one's your favorite?
Just one. All right. So that Wolverine's pretty cool. So if you like, so it depends what you want. Marvel, G.I. Joe. So you don't want to go out there and start spending coin on this right away. So I'd say stick to something that you want, you know, and then from there, pick up one, get a feel for it. And then, in all honesty, you can probably go on eBay and get a used one for a little bit cheaper. But I just say now, fork up the cash just for a new one because they can come stinky. They can come really used or beat up. I picked up, it was Too Good to Be True. It was, Doctor Strange. And it was a good one, too. I forgot what version it was. But his hand was broken, so he couldn't move it. So whoever used it glued and everything else. It was a steal of a deal, but you know what? He's there for photography. He's not really much for anything else than just for posing him doing a cool thing against Doctor Doom with Spider-Man or something. You know, something cool to pose him with. So I wasn't really expecting too much from it being used. But I would definitely say stick to something that you want to try and then go for it. But the articulation is pretty cool. The soft goods. It's something cool that I've always envisioned in toys before, you know, like, and then I saw Mezco, and mind you, I've collected when I was a kid, and because of like 2020, I was walking through Walmart with my wife, you know, this is during the pandemic, and really quick when I got into this, we're walking, I saw G.I. Joe, I'm like, oh, cool, you know, the classified, those Snake Eyes and Destro, I'm like,
nice.
Don't judge me. I never seen this thing since I was a kid. I'm gonna just pick these two up, and that's it. You know, that's it. Just these two. I can quit anytime. Yeah, man. I don't know if she's like, do we need to see counseling? Because my office, my wall is all GI Joes. So yeah, sorry. So, but anyways, seeing that, it was really neat. And then because of that, I saw Mezco coming out with some cool stuff. I'm like, that's really neat. So those accessories were just really cool going with them because I thought it'd become something I can go with my G.I. Joe figures. And then from there, I got, what was it? My very first one, the Death Brigade, Black Skull Death Brigade.
Okay.
That was really cool. So if you've never seen it, I'd just say look it up. The Black Skull Death Brigade from Mezco.
I've seen that one.
Yeah, so it's really cool. Just he's all wearing all black, and then just has a bunch of guns. And I was just blown away by his boots, his pants, his tight shirt, and then be able to put accessories on him. I just thought it was really neat, and then be able to pose him a little bit better than I can't see better than like a Hasbro figure because they have more articulation, but just the quality of the figure just seems like okay, yeah, you're paying a little more coin for better quality. Hindrance around the rocker and stuff like that, you do get that stuff, or even if the rocker can get loose. I think my Snake Eyes, the ankle rocker is loose on him. But they have glue that you can buy. It's kind of like a tacky glue. It's not glue, but pardon me, I actually have it right here. For those who don't know, well, at least I thought I did. Oh, yes, I do. It's a little tiny bottle. Somebody call it like is it fixed loose jointers? It's probably reversed, if not.
Right.
But this is good for joints on figures. So if you have a little like Woody character, you know, bouncing around, definitely would recommend that. So definitely give it a shot for your loose figures, especially the ones who want to have a little more play. So, you know, you don't want to retire them just yet. They're still good, but add a little of that to it and you're good to go. But yeah, I would say, Dave, find one that you think you may like, stick to it, and you know, Mr. Stabby may be upset with you, but it's gonna let you know.
It is an angry wallet.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I have an angry wife. So I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Actually, because of her, she supports me, and it's really cool to have that. So it's neat. To have that because there's some people who don't get that, or just to really dive into something that you've never touched in like over 30 or whatever, how many years. I mean, I think for the majority of us, we're kind of old dogs, right? So, but some young guys or young generation who are getting into this, I think you guys are coming in at a really, really awesome age of toys and action figures. Not toys, but action figures, the things you can do and whatnot. And now that I'm older, because I've had envisions of like figures that I've seen, I always want to see them do something cool or something extra. Have a light come out of his hand, and have an effect or whatever, just something cool. And Mezco did deliver on that too as well by putting like what's the Cyclops' ray beams, so if you put a little switch, you see his eyes light up. But mind you, was it Toy Biz back in like the early 90s had the same thing. You had hit a little button and had lights coming in. So it's always been there, it's always been there. They just now starting to perfect it, in my opinion.
No, you're right.
So yeah,
it's been a bit since I thought about that. Oh, what was it? That was the white and blue. That was kind of the X Factor look, Cyclops.
Yeah, X Factor. Yes. So I thought that was really neat. So man, they just nailed it. That's why I loved it as a kid. And then of course, being a kid and getting junior high and high school, I forgot about that stuff. And then going to sports and then dating and all that kind of fun stuff. And then I'll never forget my buddy, and I felt so bad because he reminded me of this recently. I was like, hey, man, I had the new Gambit. I'm like, new Gambit? I got a new girlfriend, So I felt so bad, man. It kind of like, later, man. It kind of lost my crew like that. But then, like, just recently, we're best friends. We're best friends. And they don't lose each other. We're best buds. But we're playing some board game, and we're sitting there and I showing what I was doing. And with the dioramas, he's like, dude, do you remember that time in high school when you kind of said, hey, this, and look at you now? I'm like, oh, man. And I was like, Ratatouille, just like that vision, and went all the way back. I'm like, oh, dude.
that is not the full circle moment you want.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, man. I'm sorry, man. But hey, I have a supporting wife now, so.
Right. So I got best of both worlds.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. So, all right. I digress. Sorry.
No, you're good. Don't worry about it. No, I was the one that was asking what was going on with all that stuff. Like, because I've been looking at Rumble Society a little bit, thinking, okay, let's go with, because most of the IP stuff, if I can, I'd go Mapex. What's the articulation like? And have you noticed any fragility with the figures you've got aside from Snake Eyes Loose Ankle?
So far, I have not had anything rip on me. So, but then again, I am delicate with it. I'm not going hard or rough with it. As of now, so they're not fragile, but they can come apart. They're as anything else is plastic, it'll break. You know what? I take that back. Also, that Snake Eyes, the stitching on the back came undone. So I bent them forward and. But I can sew, so it's not a big deal. But someone who can't or is not familiar with it, just maybe get frustrated with it. But don't go to YouTube. You can learn a lot through YouTube. I did. So yeah, those who have anything, fear not, because there's always a way. Someone's ran into the same problem that you have, and they found a solution to fix it. And that's basically all the things that I've learned, was through this stuff. I wish I had one available right here in front of me.
No, you're good.
But yeah, so I mean, I can get one, but I may just be out of the way and take up too much of your time. So I don't want to do it with the chat. So, make it less ruckus. But if we do this again, absolutely, I'll have something lined up for us. This is more of just a quick overview of what you guys can do, especially for the contest, because I know a lot of you are creative. I see a lot of cool pictures on YouTube or on Facebook, Instagram, so it's, you guys got this. So it's more inspiration for you guys to do this. If we do this again, I'll have some figures lined up, my favorite to my least favorite to my favorite figures, ready for us.
You gotta get rid of those least favorites, man.
I know, but they're good for fodder, honestly. So they're really good for fodder. So for photography wise, when you have a monster or a beast or a werewolf just kind of picking someone up or shredding it apart, it is kind of cool. But again, those are the ones that are cheap. I get from eBay for like near nothing, you know, like 20,
Right.
30 bucks. And it's not
Just
nothing.
like this
20
show.
bucks is, yeah, 20 bucks is 20, 30 bucks is still something, you know, it's not nothing. It is absolutely something. But you know, those who had the chance to do it, you know, hey, I'd say it's cool for photography work, you know, just getting stomped on, beat up, or blown up. I have some pictures like that. I actually use blast effects, and I have some figures kind of just going everywhere with that stuff. So it's kind of neat with the little action photography work there. So
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
yeah,
like the cotton work you've been doing, all that stuff. I'm like, ooh, there's an
yeah,
explosion. All right, let me
yeah,
get
yeah.
through. I'll get through some of these chats, and then we'll go from that to talking about what you got set up back there.
Sounds good.
Cool beans. Let's see. It's crazy that Mezco of all companies is doing reissues. You know, that's kind of true. Have they? I'm not sure that they've done reissues in the past. But it's been, I mean, I haven't paid. I've only really been paying attention the last couple of years. So who knows?
Likewise.
Yeah. There was a time when it was taking like 12 to 18 months minimum to get Mezco pre-orders out there. Yep. What, you mean it wasn't taking 3 years to get a Batman? Let's see, Harry. My Mezco Silent Screamers Nosferatu went first. Wait list of pre-order. He was on my want list for a long time. Oh man. Was that so you got him then, Harry? Because of the wait list? I need to know because that Nosferatu does look good. Watch it. La 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 la. Let's see. BSDB is a great figure. Ah, the Black Skull you were talking about, yeah? All right. Couple more here. The worst point of articulation on Mezco, in my experience, has always been the ankles.
Yeah. Yep. So they can't be limited.
Okay. And it's like, is it the rocker that's more limited, probably?
Yeah, it's limited. Yeah, because the boot, sometimes it has like something there that's kind of prevent it from just kind of getting it nice and flat, kind of like an action force figure. You know, those things are awesome. You know, the articulation of those things are just spot on. They're awesome. So, but I would say Solomon Kane is a good one. I would say one of my recent pickups would be Firefly, and man, was he awesome. Awesome, but I'll say because it was his short and long sleeve, it's a pain in the butt, kind of moving it around, so it is kind of stiff. So you kind of want to get in there and work the arms and the shoulders. That was kind of my little downfall, but just work it patiently, don't rip, and that's it. You're good to go. So if you handle it correctly, they'll last a long time for you. So
well, and that's what I was wondering too. I was going to ask. So I've got the Mafex that I can pretty much bend and twist and do whatever. I was going to ask how playable those Mezcos are in that way, or is it something that you just don't mess with as much? What would you say?
I would say you can. So in comparison, so there's two gambits, right? There's the Mafex gambit and there's the Mezco gambit. Mafex is way better, 100%. You can crunch them, ab crunch, everything else. But again, the only soft good is the coat. Mezco, on the other hand, is soft goods everywhere except for the body armor. But because of that, you have a hindrance in the crunch. So you can't really crunch that forward or really that much back. The females, I guess recently they're coming out with double jointed elbows, but the females back there are single jointed, which stinks. You can only bring up so much, and that's it. You can't do much. So you have some limitations, what you can do with them, or like playability and flexibility, but they come out with photography work. They come out great, and I think even for stop motion, they'll come out even just as good, what you're trying to achieve. But again, you're just kind of limited and just that little nudge that you need just to kind of get that perfect shot, him holding the gun or whatnot, you want that perfect shot, and sometimes it's not there, with the Mezco. So there's nothing the best, because there's other toy companies I do like. They're better than Mezco, but I like Mezco because I feel that your dollar goes a little bit more, just because of accessories. That's it. The faces look amazing. I do have some accessories right here, and just to show you really quick.
All right, I'll read this real quick. Ankles are always the worst to be a weak spot. I have some otherwise great figures that are brought way down by bad ankles. Oh no, Obi-Nobi-John. All right.
All right. So here is the body armor from the Punisher. So,
Oh, nice.
yep. And I know you hate buttons, so kind of like the Valiverse buttons, but these are pretty, they're pretty cinch. They're a cinch. So,
Wow.
All right. And then they're getting back in there. And at least for me, just popped right in.
Fantastic.
So, and then comes a little holster for his gun, a little button. Just snap that to the side. Stays in just fine. So I actually had this on La Muerta back there, but I figured I was just show her in her beauty. So take this off. And then also, we have just a regular Conan the Conqueror head. So I got saying the details. Focus.
There it is. Right. Oh, we had it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, they are getting better with their head sculpts, too.
Yeah. And
then, way back when, it seemed like they were a little soft.
Oh, yeah. There's a little bandolier right there, too. You put a little gun there, ammo, and even the ammo comes out, out of the pistols, out of the magazines. Or, you have magazines that come out, and you can change them out, and they're swappable. So they have really cool accessories, I would say. So Mezco has me floored with what you can do with them. And kind of what I've been trying to achieve with the other toys, like kind of getting to the line of just doing this line of, or this, type of hobby. And it's customization, putting lights where things don't go in, but why not? I want to make it better. I want to make it shine, so that's why I think I like Mezco, that factor where they make them come to life. So, in that manner, that's it. So playability, not as much. They're not as bendable because I guarantee you the Spider-Man that came out from Mezco just recently, the Amazing Spider-Man is nowhere near like the Mayfix Spider-Man. I mean, that Mayfix Spider-Man is so cool, But the cool thing about the Mezco, you don't see joints. It's all hidden within the soft goods versus Mayfix. You see the joints, you see the gaps. So that's kind of the give and take of what you want, especially for the photography work. And especially if you're trying to do kind of like the lifelike, where I sometimes go in there and I will edit out the joints out of the wrist. So kind of just one smooth wrist or hand, one motion. I don't like doing that with other toys because you keep doing their editing. So, all right, that's my rant about that. So,
no, you're good. I was wondering about that. I was wondering about fragility and all that. I figured we were chatting, so let's figure it out.
Yeah, by all means, yeah. So I'd rap about it all day. So,
well, all right. Now what we'll do is you can get showing what you've got back there, Tragic. I'm going to see if I can find how to get you on here without me.
Sure. And then to General Jones, man, just wanted to say, hey, it's a Monday. I actually got done with my on-call shift, so I'm free for the day. It's my day off. It's my first one, and I wasn't going to drink till Friday, but since I talked about James Earl Jones, well, I'll have one for him in his honor.
Yep.
All right. So here we go. I'm going to kind of get out of the way here and zoom in here. All right. All right, and because it's kind of cool what we're going to do here, right? What I think we're going to have planned here. So everything is rigged to fall. So if it falls, it is what it is. We'll just do it live, right?
Right, absolutely.
And if you have any questions, let me know. But again, these are just regular pink foam, just nothing crazy, nothing special. Just, again, working on this rooftop right here. Let's see if I can come back out a little bit more this way. Okay, so everything you see right here, the bricks, this brick, well, there's actually even a window in there too. So it's an acrylic window. I've all handmade, even the pallets right here. These are all handmade.
Wow.
So even the light right there, let's see here. Let's get this party started here. All right. So she'll just be there, just kind of give you a reference. So it's 1/12 scale. So she stands just about a little bit over 6 inches, I believe. I didn't quite measure her, so I can't touch that. All right. Anywho, let's see here. And even this right here, I made. So dumpster, there's a pink sticker there because there's profanity on it. So some punks came along and graffitied it. So, but there's some accessories in there too. So, but it's kind of neat. Just something fun that I made. And this is when I first got into it. So, and even the window back there.
Like, what's the main material?
Sure. Well, this right here is cardboard. All cardboard in like popsicle sticks, basically, like the thicker ones. Like the paint sticks that you get at like as you see, they're thin, and this is just regular cardboard. So nothing crazy, nothing fancy, just something in a box that came from like I forgot what. And I just painted it green and inside black. And on top, there's popsicle sticks on top of cardboard. So it was kind of like my first demo into it, to see if I just try my hand at it. Even this right here. So this is just me trying my hand at that. And even the brick walls, obviously those are kind of bigger bricks. But I thought it was still kind of neat just to get used to it. Even the window right here. Oh, okay. There we go. It opens. So I have it rigged where I'm able to open it. So
that's cool.
Door right here came from Hobby Lobby. I did not make that. So, but I do want to make more windows. I'm going to actually have a window up here, which I don't have one there yet. And back there, I got some arcades back there. Picked them up at Five Below. They were not $5, believe me, or below. A little bit more than that. So misleading there, but it was fun to get because they go well with what I'm trying to do here. And let's see here. Try and get more light here. Or actually, you know what? Let's do less light. There we go. So I got that there. Even the ladder right here. Let's see. I'll move Mr. Castle out of the way. And again, here's soft goods. You can actually get soft goods and put them on Valaverse figures too.
Oh, wow.
So that is neat.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yep. So it works out, and it goes good with photography. So, and here we go. This came from a plastic bottle. You don't want to throw them away. There's cardboard on top and bottom, and just a little piece of metal wire wrapped around. And did some Secret of the Ooze stuff right there, just for whatever reason. I think I was watching a zombie movie or something. So that's
every time you see a barrel like that, it's toxic something.
Yeah, exactly, right? So, and including the ladder too. So this is actually during my newbie days when I first started. Popsicle sticks and little dollar rods that you just get at the dollar store or wherever. So that was neat. It's making that stuff. And again, same with everything else. Everything else is foam. Did the foam over here. This was all really neat. And actually, I got my stardom. How I learned this was actually from Al Figures on YouTube. So he basically taught me everything on YouTube. So I give Al 100% credit to this. Show me the way, and then from there, I just kind of adapted my own technique. Because from there, I learned to just implement LEDs. So he taught me the way to go. And from there, I just kind of took things my own way. So let's see here. I need to bring it back a little bit.
How do you cut the bricks? Like, how do you get that brick pattern on the side of the buildings?
Sure. So I pencil it out. So there are times where I just go in there with a pencil or a little marker and just all my lines laid out. Then I'll go in there with a little straight blade, and after the straight blade, stand by.
No, you're good.
Blade. Go over with a pencil to make it a little bit thicker, and after that, I'll go with some. What was it? Oh no, what was it? A caulk? I can use that caulk. I'm trying to think, like patch and seal. Get some patch and seal. Mix up a little bit of water, brown paint, and then from there, kind of go over the whole thing with it. So you get it fill in the cracks right there. After you fill in the cracks, then you go over there with a little rag, wipe it all down, clean it up a little bit. Not too wet because, as you see, this is my first boards that I did. I took off some of the paint, which is good. I love this because it kind of gives me it gives me memories of what I've did. Where I've come. How far where I started and where I've come. And obviously this is not my most recent. I did some other work that I've sold for commissions. But still, I keep this because just for pictures, for diorama backdrops and whatnot. This is a project I'm working on up top. This right here is something that's not together. This is just totally separate, and this is a box behind here holding this up. So this is a quick demonstration just for you guys to see. But even at that, this is held by magnets.
Oh,
So
nice. Okay.
So this is one foam board or one piece of foam, 1 inch, and then from there I glue these other pieces onto there. Made a little space right there. Kind of make it just like a little rooftop. No paint, no nothing. Just kind of like just the rawness of it, how it looks, getting it started. But it all comes together. It all comes apart. So I don't have one to show, but I just want to show you a quick city demonstration. But at least something that we have right here. Okay. My main focus today was kind of show you guys, just little modular pieces, what I came up with. This is something recently I came up with, and this just came out of a little square like this. And all I did was get a little cup, made a little indent with a little circle, and then just made my little jagged lines. And then I do have a foam cutter, and it's a little box, and it's actually kind of neat. Because you just go in there and it's effortless. It's like a hot knife through butter. It just cuts right through. So that's really neat. All right. Well, yeah. So, and then from there, I'm like, let's kick it up a notch. I know before you mentioned that, hey, use cotton balls, make it look like smoke. And your mom said, well, why do you have cotton balls?
Right.
And if you add a little bit of paint, and this is done by an airbrush. So This is all done by an airbrush. And then from there, I soldered this myself. I got it all together. And mind you, I did not do this in any university or college or any art school. I've learned this all just by myself, autodidact, I guess you'd call me. So everything I've done it myself. I've learned myself. I used to live in Alaska and work on boats, believe it or not.
Wow.
Yeah. This is actually kind of neat because I want to show you this, guys. So I know it looks dark, but let me just turn this down a little bit. And I want to show you some really neat here. That was something I learned. It was kind of cool. And just turn that around. So we get more of a light effect here, right? But what I want to show is when you do this, and if say it's too bundled up, so still looks like cotton balls, you can always pull it out, and just tease it. Make it look like more of an explosion. So
you can let more fire show, kind of.
Exactly. If you want more lighting or not enough white, it just kind of shows it more gray that blends in there.
Right.
So I didn't do it. I want to show you guys. I did this recently, but I figured this would be kind of neat to show you guys. And again, if something does come out and say, "Uh-oh, I pulled too much," well, it's okay. We can always glue it back, right? Or put it right back in.
Nice.
So, famous words from Bob Ross: "There are no mistakes. They're just happy mistakes."
Right. Happy accidents, baby.
Happy accidents, exactly. Happy accidents. So, but it's kind of neat too. I thought would put a little spin to this was adding a little fiber optics here. So I'm not sure if you can see the little.
Okay, I see it.
Yeah. So coming out of there.
Wow.
But there we go. So now you got more of that effect.
No, and that looks, some of the stuff you've shown me with that kind of effect looks phenomenal. Like it looks like an explosion going on in the background.
Yeah. So you can, again, I have it tucked in there. That's why I have a little cup there. That's the cup that I use. And I have a little rod or a little stick. And I just place it right there. And then boom.
That is cool, man.
And let's see here. So these are kind of neat. I'm not sure if this is long enough, but this is kind of posing your figures, I guess you would say, right?
Yep.
So you want to hold them right there. All right. Let's see if this works. gives him that edge right there. He's going backwards, but there we go. But whatever, you got the gist.
Those things are so much fun to mess with until they fall.
Exactly. There we go.
Nice, almost being blown forward.
Yep. There we go. So blown away. So it's going that way. So awesome. That works out right there. So let's put that right there, right? And then from there, what was kind of neat is that again, Mesco taking it away.
Wow.
Yep. So, and again, it's neat, but not enough. So I look at the stuff, I'm like, we need a little bit more to this. So, not that one. So these are little Pico lights, right?
Okay.
So these I use for little trick lights sometimes, just for photography. They go a long way. This is a little battery right here, a little watch battery.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you see that. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. No, you're good.
All right. So got that there, and it's kind of neat. It's like a regular any other battery. Just match it negative, positive, and you make fire. And so,
Oh no, man! I'm not sure that's how the cavemen did it.
I know, right? Plastic fire. Plastic fire. There we go. But kind of give it more of that blast effect right there. So,
a little more dimension to the whole thing.
Exactly, not just the base. Once again, there we go.
It's always in front of cameras that this thing.
Oh, in front of cameras, yeah, in front of cameras, and then also, it's always anyways. Front of cameras, off camera, it's a pain in the butt, especially for photography work. It goes along? It's worth it because as soon as you get the best shot or perfect shot, you're happy, Right. So there's a lot of toiling with the stuff, and it's a pain in the butt, but it's worth it, I think, in the end. But not on a live show. So there we go. It's gonna take the time to do it like that.
Oh wow!
And there we go.
Oh, and the way it lights up its surroundings is pretty sweet too.
Exactly. So, but wait, there's more. So you can't just have one, right? So, there we go. Because now, when there's smoke, there's fire. So. And so now there's your fire effect.
Whoo!
There we go.
Oh man, just those little lights are insane what those can do.
Oh yeah. Let me turn this guy around.
For all the time I put into photography, it's like I'm basically still using big panel lights.
Which those work too.
Adjustments.
These you can get on Amazon. They're pretty cheap, and again, you don't have to do any. I can solder. Soldering is it's easy. Right. But still, just like anything else, it's safety. So if you guys aren't doing anything, just please safety goes a long way. It's as safe as possible. You were not going to get electrocuted. This is a DC current, so so you're safe for battery wise like this. So we get into AC. That's more of like the scary stuff. So just little battery work, little battery tricks, good stuff. So just again, be safe. What you're doing, know what you're doing, or what you're getting yourself into. Right. Sorry for moving that. Okay, and for the coup de grace, the G.I. Joe blast effect.
Oh, that looks great, man. That's sweet.
So this is from Scrap Iron. So, and that's his blast effect. Oh hell! I thought I had the missile, but I don't. But it's fine. I have the other one right there, his buddy.
Okay.
But let's see if we turn this off. Oops. There we go. There we go. So light up a little bit more in here. Sorry. Yeah, aim that up a little bit more. That's fine. All right. And this is neat too. So we all seen this, right? For those who have Serpentor, have this, right? But as you see, little modifications, add a little bit of a bit of a black wash. But wait, there's more. We have lights. So,
how long did that take you?
Not that long. I think it took me more of a longer to think of it than actually do it.
Okay.
So I took it apart. I would say a couple hours. You know, I soldered this together, so I have access to the battery, right? So I can get that pulled up, whatnot. And there's magnets in there too, so I have magnets to hold this in place. So it took a little time. Like, how am I gonna get this with this thing not dangling? And obviously the batteries, you know, they're magnetic. So I have a magnet inside there, and it's holding it in place, so you don't see that dangling.
Yeah.
I was originally gonna try to get a light in there, but I'm like, that was gonna be too much. I was gonna have to break this, crack it open, break the jaw, and then it's doable. But I kind of got lazy and moved on to something else.
No, Serpentor wouldn't have been happy with a broken chariot.
Exactly. So we'll put them there for now.
Have you, out of curiosity, have you stood Serpentor on it while that light's shining?
Yes, sir. I have them right here, actually.
Oh, sweet. I was curious how the yellow hits him.
Yeah, absolutely. So I should have done a little bit better. It's going to hit his hands, his knuckles, not his face, because I wanted his face. So I should have had it in front.
Okay.
But it still works. So it does work out for what it was, the effects. This is not the original staff. This is from Mythic Legions, and I repainted it. So there's a serpent with, or cobra with wings on it. I'm not sure if you see that right now. So it was pretty cool details. I figured Serpentor can take that. So again, I collect a little bit of everything, you know, accessory-wise.
Yeah.
I just figured that just kind of goes a long way. So it goes along with the shots. And it was neat getting this because it was just, you know, number berries. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Then again, I'm like, I can do better. It can look better, you know. So there we go. Because also there's a light back there too along the props back there. Oops. I also have a light back there. So there we go. So they didn't really do too much right there, but I have a light over there that's on. If I took out that light, but you see the cape right there glowing, and then
okay. Threw it ever so slightly. Now that's really cool. That looks good.
Thanks, man. But like I said, you see his gloves kind of light up, and I'm like, dang it! I only had a little bit more, you know, but kind of just shy right there.
That'd be tough. You'd almost have to put them on the handlebars.
Exactly. So again, I can do it over again. I'm not worried about it. So, hang on. Let's expand back a little bit more so we can capture that. Okay. Here we go. All right. Now, also what's neat is I call this my little freaking things. My little blast board. So, and I say that because so there's more, again, something I put together, just a little quick rig. I didn't solder it because this is, again, just for test. So they're held together by tape. So again, those who are afraid to solder, tape goes a long way. So, all right.
I have to relearn the whole soldering thing. I used to race RC cars, so I had to learn how to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's come on down a little bit. Okay. And then how that goes is there you go. Come back out a little bit more. Okay. So let's do this. Got that there. Let's see if we can do this. Again, it's rigged to fall. All right. Castle's getting blown away. Okay. There we go. Things are on fire. Okay, there's that. All right, and let's see here. All right. One other thing I have to show you. And this is actually neat. This actually came from, actually I have two more things. So this is actually a little baseboard that I kind of rigged. I forgot the name of this dang thing. Oh, Lord. This is actually a little piece. It's kind of like a connects piece, but they're like kind of squares. And, golly, the name escapes me. But I'm like, that's so cool. So there's a port for USB, but they don't sell these anymore with the wiring inside it and the lights. So I kind of missed out, and I was bummed out. But I'm like, well, that's not going to stop me from opening it and shoving an LED in it or a couple, and that's just kind of neat. If you get it placed together, you have them together for just, again, baseboards, aliens, anything you want, Predator. So the imagination can go wild. There's lights that you can have that do flicker. Actually, and the smoke effect, there is a blinking light that I did not want. I thought it was flickering, but it's more like a blinking for the police. I bought a WWE ambulance, and I rigged it to have the lights go on and off, the red and blue flashing lights.
Nice.
So that's kind of neat, to see that. And Amazon purchase that I got here, guys, was this Harley. And the light, I actually added myself. So again, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to blind you there. But light does work. So is it rolling up? Lights go a long way. So when you go in there and start taking a look at things, it's just people question, is it a toy or is it real? So I'm trying to go for the realism. I've seen people take pictures of big things and they look like toys. Mm-hmm. I've seen people take pictures of toys and it looks real. And to me, that is awesome. Just for the people just to do that stuff, just to bend the mind a little bit, like, is that real? Is that fake? So, and again, without using any type of, and nothing wrong. I want to learn using digital art, digital effects,
right?
But not quite there yet. I mean, I can, but just, is that this or the other thing? It's too much going on right now in my life to do that right now. But I do want to learn. I do want to take the time and learn that. I'm going to turn some lights on really quick and kind of show you something here.
If it makes you feel any better, I definitely want to learn how to do more of this stuff.
I'd love to show you. I'd love to do whatever it takes. If that means I need to start open a YouTube channel and start showing you guys how to do this, just let me know. We'll learn together. And again, I learn by mistakes. So, All right, these are not recent pickups. Well, kind of this isn't. Let me get more lights here, guys. Sorry. Okay, let me know if that's better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So I took these out because I actually customized them. So as you see, this is not your typical Tiger Force. Let's see. There we go. So I painted them, add a little black wash, but then I also customized Tripwire's wand. So if you have a quick second, I'll just bust it out really quick.
Oh yeah, you were showing me this one.
Yeah. So there we go. There we go. Sorry for the noise, guys. There we go. There we go. All right.
Man, it's an angry crowd tonight.
Oh man, I'm sorry, guys. But there's his light. So kind of neat what you can do with your Joes. So, and the eel, that was kind of neat.
I certainly would not discourage you from starting a YouTube channel to show all this stuff. I think people would be stoked to learn this.
All right, cool, man. So here's his the eel's backpack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Like, I'm so used to digital effects because I've been doing it for so long, but practical will always look better if you can make it work.
And then there's the eel's light.
Mm-hmm.
Headlamp. There we go. Let's see. And we'll go ahead and give him wires. Metal detector here. There we go. Oop, lost it. Back. There we go. Oh no. Well, I didn't solder this one in yet, but I lost it. You saw it turn on. Oh, there we go.
It'll get there.
There we go here.
All right, so what's everybody in the chat think? You want to learn how to do this stuff?
Alrighty, so I think that's what I have for you guys for now, I suppose. So I know it's a little quick and rushed and just everything all at once. So,
Oh man, that was great.
All right.
Let's see if I got this. Oh, I did it.
All right, man. Sweet. We're on a roll. We are on a roll.
I know, I'm feeling good now.
Yeah, man. Awesome.
that was very cool, man. I'm glad to see a lot of that.
Cool, man. I'm glad. So as you see, just everything's a work in progress. You know, nothing's ever done. So just as long as you stay at it and you just chip away, it doesn't have to be 8 hours. It doesn't have to be, you know, all the time in the world. You know, just chip away at a time. You know, a little bit at a time. Just 20, 30 minutes a day. It's like working out. You know, running, staying exercise. You know, exercising. Just a little bit at a time. You know, to be devoted because you can also get burnout. That's what happened with these damn things. Pardon my French, but
oh man.
That's why I'm wearing glasses. These things blinded me to death, man. I'm just telling you. But I learned a little bit of everything. You know, COVID
makes you do things.
Yeah, do some crazy things, you know. So yeah, it's kind of neat. And then here, I picked this up. Oh, get over here. So painted these guys. So I'm gonna go from cover girl. I'm not done yet.
Right. Mm-hmm. Man. Very nice, man. Very nice.
There you go. There's that. And then I went to Ross and for $7 I picked this up. And I'm gonna paint this. I'm gonna paint it. I'm gonna try to, I don't know what I'm gonna try and do with it, but for sure repaint it. And maybe I thought of going at the joint and actually give me a joint because it's static, you know, so I can't do anything with it. Tail moves a little bit, but I think if I can get in there and just cut up the open, you know, not open, but cut the arms, get a ball joint somehow, just make it move. I don't know. So just again, just something I have there for the background, just something to think about. Oh Lord, I'm trying to think what else. And then painting again. This is a Warhammer, but this is actually the Todd McFarlane's Warhammer, the 7-inch figures.
Okay.
This is the title there. All right. Something that again I painted. This was like the artist proof, so it's all gray, and then just adding the paint to it. So it's again. I took this at a full thing. I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna go full bore. I need to learn how to paint. I need to learn how to solder. I need to learn how to do all this stuff. Because I don't want to just go just a little bit at a time. I went crazy on this, honestly, because of COVID. It was nothing else to do. Honestly, we're stuck at our homes, and I was not gonna be a professional gamer in that matter, or picking up, gambling or, going to the, if you couldn't go to the bars, but even at that, drinking a bunch of booze or, becoming alcoholic or doing bad things, I tried to get some wholesome things, something I thought would fill my time up with some good things. And I guess I got the name Tragic Hero because during that tragedy, a hero must arise out of the tragedy. And this was like, well, it's the end of the world. So actually, I got a cigar and the worst drink in the world. It's a Merlot. It's a Chicago thing. It'll make you go blind. Tastes like it's nasty. So I figured, well, it's the end of the world. I'm like, well, let's do this. I'm like, all right, whatever. But I had it since then. And instead of doing that, I picked up, dioramas. And Al Figures on YouTube, look him up, got me into this. So that pulled me out of this, that rut of just like, oh, what am I gonna do? I actually picked up some IT stuff. I ended up, going to, I don't say back to school, but I guess certification. So just keeping myself busy. Would say it was the ideal thing. And this is already going on 5 years coming up, believe it or not. It's crazy, So time's passed. I'm like, wow, I've really come a long way with this stuff, and I'm not sure if you see, but something I painted up there. It's a inspiration from Frank Frazetta. It's a Valkyrie with fire wings going through whatnot. The valley. It's something neat. It's that'd be cool. It's the try something I've never done before. And that's I want to say again, I've never done any of this stuff before 2020. This is all new to me. I mean, I thought you had to go to art school or you had to be a genius or a professional of some sort to do this stuff. Hell no. Get in there and do it, guys. If there's something you see, that's something you do. Even not this, anything in life, just do it. There's nothing there to stop you but you. So, that's it. I don't do this for money or anything. I do this for a hobby, for fun, to put smiles on people's faces. And this is something I want to, be able to teach. I've learned, so now let me teach, but I'm not done learning. So I want to learn. Right. So it's something that I can learn from you guys, something you can teach me, or you tell me, hey man, you're doing that wrong, or try a different approach. I'm always open ears.
There's a quote out there, and I can't remember it exactly, but it's basically once you're able to start teaching that stuff, that's when you've actually hit some mastery in whatever area you're at, like whatever stage you're at. With all it. And
no, you're right there. Yeah, it's so. And what got me through it too was stoicism. Just kind of going through Marcus Aurelius. Yeah. And meditations.
Meditations, yep.
Yes. So that's just something, and it was great because I'm not gonna lie, I'm not, I like to read, but I don't have time to read, and I'm too lazy to read. So again, YouTube, just type in quotes. If you go to quotes and just type in and listen to it live, that's something I when I go for a walk or I'm doing this, just put it on and just let my mind go, and just trying to get caught up in all the crap that's going on out there nowadays. Just focus on yourself. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise or that you're doing it wrong, because they're not the ones doing anything. So yeah, don't.
Exactly. The last people to ever listen to are critics.
Absolutely. Yeah. So it's funny, you listen to everyone else's but your own, right? Mm-hmm. Oh man. But yeah, no, by all means, if there's any questions that you have, Dave, or the chat, anything, so I'm all open ears. Or
well, let's see where we're at. Let's see. Harry got his Nosferatu, Yahtzee.
Nice.
Always good to hear that. Now we'll keep going. I just got off work. Nolan, what's going on? Thanks for stopping by, man. Appreciate it.
Nice.
Now this was, I don't know how far back we're going here.
Oh,
Let's
man. I'm sorry, guys.
No, you're good. I think everybody was paying a lot of attention, actually.
Cool.
The only problem now is me and button pushing, and that always turns into a mess.
It's all good. We'll push away. That's all good. Yep.
Right, Harry,
you're on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, you got the plastic look, that glimmer, or you got soft goods, you know. So it's one of those cool things about that.
Yeah. And like somebody was saying something to me about, really? You're judging it on the shiny plastic? I'm like, yeah, I'm judging it on the shiny plastic. Doesn't photograph as well when it's shiny plastic.
Yeah.
It's one of those listening to critics things.
Yep, exactly.
What's up, Mr. Mad Gus? Thank you for stopping by, man. We got a little tour of what all Tragic's been playing with as far as figuring out dios and lighting. The lighting, I didn't know you'd done so much with the lighting, actually.
Yeah, I have others too. I have more stuff put away. I mean, I go ahead, keep going. I'm gonna pull something out really quick. Sorry. By all means.
Harry, that looks like Satan's Christmas tree. I'm assuming you're talking about the smoke, the cotton stuff. I'd be good with, you know what I was going to say? I'd be good with Satan's Christmas tree, but these are things you probably shouldn't say out loud. Ooh, LBZ, what's going on, man? Pretty cool. A bit late. Nah, you're good, dude. Don't worry about it. Ooh, look at that.
So this is a sidewall, and yes, those lights do work. LED lights.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Yep, you
3D printed. So the windows are 3D printed. Let's do a little more justice. So I have two sides of the wall that mimic this. Oh, sorry.
How long have you been 3D printing?
Oh, 2021, I would say.
Okay. So pretty much end of the pandemic, somewhere in there.
Exactly. Sort of on the lines where I just kind of feel confident in what I'm doing and kind of had a goal of what I'm trying to achieve. So it's neat. It's fun, you know. So I'm a copy jockey. I'm still trying to learn that too. So there's, again, always things to learn, always things to do.
Yep.
I'm not done working on the outside yet, but again, I can always do this for whatever side. This is a cathedral, a church, Dune's palace. There's a ton of things you can use this for. All right, and then again, a little switch. Done. So conserve my batteries. So this I did solder. So I have other projects too. So much stuff, not enough time, not enough space.
I know. It's tough to try and decide what is it you're going to work on. There's so much we could all work on.
Exactly. So that's why I talked to a lot of my friends, you know, that, you know, again, not a lot, they're not into this stuff, but, you know, it's cool because the community through, you know, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, you know, we're all kind of like, I feel like my new friends, my new family that, you know, hey, we're all kind of around the same age. We're all kind of nerds, you know, whatnot, in that manner. Why not all just rap about this? You know, if there's something, make something cool, you know, something neat, you know, something that kind of pops, stands out. So now his lights work. Oh no, I jinxed it, but that was. But again, you know, again, it's fun, it's neat. It brings back a lot of memories. You know, again, it's wholesome. You know, it just feels it's neat. It's nice. Mm-hmm. I can't stress that enough. So, I encourage.
I mean, fun is where, as far as I'm concerned, anyway. You know.
Yeah, and the fun part, we're not even done with the fun part. We still got to take the pictures. You know, so right. You got to set up. It's just honestly, this took me some time to set everything else up before we got into this. It took me a little bit, and even just to get back there, put the arcades back there, and add more figures back there, and kind of just have an idea of what I wanted to do tonight to show you guys this. That also took some time, you know. And then again, there are times where I do a Photoshop or a photo op. I'll set everything up one day, and then I can't even focus on taking the pictures because I'm so burnt out setting them up and then just having things fall over. Again, magnets go a long way, but nothing here is set with magnets other than this set, this top and bottom. That's held together. This is actually held together by tape along the other stuff along the back wall. But you know, when I have things together, like the other stuff, like the walls back there that I showed you, the old medieval walls, that's all that has magnets that come together easily. So that's fun. Stuff like this or other stuff. When I'm just trying to set up, it just you sneeze and something falls over, domino effect. It all comes down. And then I'm sitting there like, okay, well this stinks. Oh, hang on. All right.
Well, I'm saying the lighting looks really good. Great job.
Thanks.
No, that's. I mean, it's all super cool, man.
Cool,
I
man.
will tell you, I know when you talk about the domino effect. So I have an Extreme Sets Asylum, so it's cardboard, which it works. But yeah, you like one of those starts tipping forward, the whole thing is game over.
Yes. Yep.
Like I've knocked stuff off. And then one thing that I've learned, one thing that's really helped me is copper wire for standing your figures on. Because if you get like a big spool, you just cut it or whatever, and now you can shape it however, so you can get the figures. It's a little, because I've got some of those stands like you were showing with just going straight up. It allows a little more dynamism for like jumping and flying and all that stuff. So
definitely.
Copper wires red too.
And this one actually was actually rare, other than copper. I forgot what we got here, but it was actually small too, so I actually had to braid it together. So I'm not sure if you see that.
Yep.
So it's kind of twisted together, so just kind of give it more of that stability. So, you know, you live and learn. So I didn't know. I'm like, oh, I guess I need a stronger gauge, but I'm not gonna throw it away. So I can use it for other things, or just double it up. You know, that's just kind of neat. How I did that was just a regular drill bit and kind of bent in half, and then kind of got it all put together. So it worked out, man. Yeah. So.
These are the things that you guys all seem to think of that I'm just going, I just want to stand the figure up and take the picture. But Tragic must have a huge house to put all this.
Not huge. It's bins, buckets, and totes. But I make the best of it. You know, I do make the best of it. So
right, make the best of the space.
That's it, yeah. Because I'm married. If I was single, different story. So,
yeah,
I'm confined to my corner. So,
you're allowed to have this little closet.
Yeah, exactly.
Love that castle wall.
Thank you. That was actually airbrushed, the black edges along so I painted all gray by hand and then just did the airbrushing along the edges. So kind of made it stick out. Same with that, all done by airbrush, Satan's tree.
Satan's Christmas tree. I like
Christmas
it.
Tree, exactly. Yeah,
right? So
I actually might
list them as Satan's Christmas tree.
Yeah. So I actually might even donate that to you guys, whoever may want that. So I'll donate for the, either to you, Dave, to do what you want. All right. So that's yours. Satan's Christmas tree is yours. So if you want to keep it, it's yours. If you want to donate it, it's up to you, man. So it'll be yours.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man. So it'll go along with Coco once a man. So
Go Stab. Hello. Thanks for stopping by, man. We're checking out Dios with Tragic Hero here, seeing what he's going on as far as lighting and all that. We'll get back to a quick little bit of figure chat here in a little bit. Let me get through the chats with the people. YouTube glitch. Yeah, Nolan, you're probably right when it comes to... I saw that same thing came up twice. YouTube doesn't always play nice in the chat, but most of the time it does okay. it's more the people you have. Actually, no. The crowd here, you guys are always so cool. Like we're pretty lucky. I've got a good group of you guys that come in to say hi. See, I'm driving, so I can't text much. Still, cool stream. Thank you, Ghost Tab.
Awesome. Thanks, Ghost.
Mm-hmm. It's been fun. It's been just crazy. Like truly, all the lighting stuff you had going on. I was like, what? Oh, okay. Thank you for letting me know. I thought maybe I lost my mind. Yeah, you just did it twice.
Yeah. This is huge right here. Everything else is small, so it's. I make the best one I can. So, but yeah, this was when I first saw this. I knew I was going to do it this, and mind you, this is going to do. It's going to be the same with the Rambler. So when I get the Rambler, you're going to see all this smoke effect. And mind you, I did not like the fact that it was bright white. So adding a black wash to that really helped out. So, but it's my little smoke lightsaber.
Nice. Yeah, that's something. It's a good thing you figured this stuff out, man. Because when it comes to like, say, getting the Rattler and doing the same thing with that, I'd be scared to death. I'd be like, oh, what am I gonna break? What am I gonna break?
Yeah, I mean, I've always broke things growing up, so and I've always learned how to put it back together. You know, being my hand myself, you know, came back together. So thank God after a bike accident. So that was terrible, but oh man, I tell you, you know, it's good. Break it. You can always find a way to fix it, you know, or if not, you make it better. Make it your way. Yep. So my motto.
Ghost Tab, how do you manage so the copper doesn't scratch the paint job? So one of the things, depending on the figure you get, you'll have a little bit of room between sort of the hips and the pelvis area on the figure. I'm still trying to keep it PG. I'd like to say other words, but you kind of just mess with this area and you can usually get the copper wire in there where you don't have to worry about paint at all anyway, because there's no paint inside the figure. Yep. So you can see if that works for you. I'm trying to see if I have my setup just over here, but I, of course, don't see my copper wire right away. But it's so mangled and everything from all the different positions I've tried putting figures in. So it's, I mean, it works out great. It's really good stuff. But yeah.
Here's an example. So here's an example, just right there, just right in the joint by the butt, and that's it.
Yep, there you go. And I've got, of course, I've got NECA figures here that are all way too tight in all these areas. But yeah, there's your example. You just get it right in there without, I got a phrasing. I got to work on things there. All right.
There we go.
Let's see those smoke trails. Let's see, many hated so bad, but with the light, it looks epic. Nice. the little lightsaber there. Oh boy. All right, guys. So we've got all that. If you come up with any questions for Tragic, feel free to leave them in the stream. We're going to get to talking about a few more figures here. This was, if any of you are subscribed to the Toy Picks newsletter, and I know some of you are, then you saw more figures on that this week than I think I've ever put on them. So, or put on one, because so much cool came out, and it was mostly beyond the reissues. It was mostly SHF and Amazing Yamaguchi that was showing stuff off. So it's insane. It's insane, all the stuff that happened this week. It makes me cry. Let's see. Y'all try fishing line to do it, then photo edit out the line. I actually have tried fishing line, but the rig I had set up was so fragile that I decided to use copper wire instead. I don't know if you have, Tragic, but
no, the fishing wire, it will be tough because again, you can't really. Well, yeah, you really have to be hanging. You really can't get them to like bend backwards or do certain things like you would like this, you know, versus like fishing wire, right? Or having like illusion wire. And you can hang them somewhere, but again, to get them posed or have them running or jumping or just different positions, I think would be I can see it, but I think just using the wire is a little bit more easier. And mind you, the slow circle is not big enough base for it. And it's pretty easy to edit out too. If you have any type of Photoshop or even your phone, you just circle it around and it's gone. So it's neat. But I can imagine using like fishing wire or illusion wire for like bats or birds or something flying, or even have a little cloud somewhere, floating around somewhere. Something neat, but there's again, there's nothing wrong with it. I'll say definitely use it. So if it works, use it. Don't listen to me.
That's a pretty good rule. My experience is kind of like what Tragic was saying. It's tough to do because it's just not as sturdy as using wire. So like when I would set it up, I'm trying to remember the rig. It was basically copper tubing that ran across the top and then came down on the sides, and I would hang the fishing wire from that cross beam of the copper tubing. And then I tie it, trying to make the figure do what I wanted it to do, but it would end up being tied in multiple spots. So I could try and get it shaped. But even if I got it set up so it was just the right pose, and this is the insanity part of doing all that, you had to wait like 5 minutes so it would stop just shaking ever so slightly because it was on the string. So if it works, game on. I have found, just because I know Photoshop like I do, that wire is a lot easier for me personally. Yeah, it was something I just didn't count on. Was like, okay, I got the fishing line, sweet, it's perfect. And now I have to sit here and wait for it to stop moving. Also, nobody breathe.
That's another thing too. Yeah, it is the movement, and then you try and get a steady shot, and then the shot's not steady. So, but again, there's other use for it too. So,
right. All right, get a couple more here from you, Poeba. You can do with puppets. Let's see, with wires. Just got to add more on spots. I will try it on my Tokyo Ninjas. Ooh, awesome!
Nice, man. I'd like to see that. Yeah, definitely want to see that.
Oh, pushing the buttons. All right, you got to do it 2 tubes as across, like a puppet doll has, and that's probably true. And my rig was probably not as good as it should have been. It was also fairly thin copper tubing, so it was already sketchy. I don't know things. All right, let's jump over here and check out some of this stuff some of these old figures. Some of the good things. Ooh, wait a sec. Looks like. There we go. Okay, we're back to EE. I didn't think I could do that. I'm feeling fancy tonight.
You're on it, man.
All right, now in case you guys missed it, we have Cammy and Dee Jay showing up from Jada. And Cammy, I mean, the poses were pretty good. I mean, whoever they have doing the photography over there at Jada was doing a pretty fun job. Like they just looked like they had a blast doing it.
Yeah,
Cammy has a good look to her. She looks just like the game.
Yeah.
Like this is what Jada does is insane for $25.
Yeah, that's. I saw Chun-Li. I'm like, oh God, do I want to pick up this line? I said no. I got the Joes instead. I kept with my line. So I know you mentioned DC, and I love Batman, but my God, I can't. Even Mezco. I see Mezco Batman. I'm like, damn it, no. I gotta stick with my Joes. That's it. Oh man, Dave, this is amazing. Look at Cammy. This is amazing.
Dude, and I have to admire your restraint because that's tough for me.
Yeah, I'm glad to get Cammy.
Like, I need all the lines. Like it's not like this effect that they put together.
Yeah,
is just cool. And then here's where I'm going. Okay, somebody had some fun sculpting.
Yep.
There's not much else to go with there. But I mean, these guys, they fit what I think of as photogenic figures. They've got all the extra accessories that they need to give them a little bit of that extra little, I don't know, like you know, sometimes you get figures that don't have a whole lot, and it's really limited with what you can do with them. These guys, it's not so limited.
Yeah.
And the poses for DJ are insane too.
Yeah, he looks awesome. It's awesome.
Like, it just cracks me up. I still got to pick up Ken. I got to get M. Bison, Dalsim.
Yeah. So you're going all in?
I think
you're gonna
so.
go
I think I have to.
All right, man. Yeah. If you start with 1 and 2, yeah, you got to go.
Yeah. Like I got Chun-Li, I got Fei Long, and I got Evil Ryu.
Nice.
So it's time.
Yeah.
It's time to just bite the bullet and say, all right, fine, I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
And Jada's kind of got me anyway. Like, everything they do, I look at and I'm just thinking, okay, why are you guys so good?
Yeah, they work, man. Absolutely. So I heard nothing wrong, and they look amazing. So I was on the fence a couple times, like no. So I just had to walk away, close my eyes, like no. So.
Well, and it's tough because you have to decide, what are we spending our money on with this hobby? Like, I'll look at it. And I'm like,
I got the Rattler today.
I need lighting, I need photo equipment.
Yeah, everything. Yeah, I got the Rattler. So I got 1. I was going to get 2 or 3, but then I'm like, no, you get 2. I'm like, no, I'll just get 1. So I settled for 1. It's okay. All right. So I'll be okay with that.
You'll survive.
I'll survive. That's why I had to walk away from everything else, because there's always cool things around the block, around the corner, it's to be announced or the pre-order. So I was waiting for like a hooded Cobra Commander from Mesco, like shut up and take my money, kind of like Fry from Futurama, So I'm telling you, that's going to be the hot item, the hooded Cobra Commander, if that happens. Sorry, man.
Yeah, that's going to be insane if that ever happens.
Ever does, yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Now, I showed this. The reason that I wanted to show it is one. So these are McFarlane's DC. What is it? Like they're 66 Batman line, I think.
Yeah.
And it's Batgirl Cycle. And what I enjoy here, look at how small she looks on that cycle. And so these figures are ever so much smaller than a Mafex figure. And all I could think of was it would be hilarious to get the ultra serious look of the Mafex Hushback girl that's coming out and put her on this bike. I just thought, half the reason I put stuff up is because it makes me chuckle. And that picture, like, how she's going to look right from the comics and everything. That dark suit and everything against these bright purples and golds and everything. I think it's going to be hilarious.
I think so. It'd be awesome. That's really neat. That's cool.
Mm-hmm. And so that's why I wanted to be sure to highlight that a little bit. I know I've even got a list here of all the stuff that I wanted to show, because there's so much. Like, you've got this guy here, who I know nothing about when it comes to, like I said, anime. But I did ask people what's the best anime out there. A lot of people were saying give One Piece a shot, but hold off. I don't know if you know your One Piece, but they were saying that they're going to kind of not restart it, but kind of tell it again, starting at the beginning. So I thought,
gotcha.
Maybe, because somebody was saying there's like 1,000 episodes or something. I'm going, that's quite overwhelming.
That's too much. Way too much. Yeah.
But again, SHF every time. Like, so much stuff, so many options for photography.
Yeah, it's cool.
And again, these are things I don't know anything about, but that doesn't mean if somebody else doesn't know, like, if somebody else knows about this stuff and they see something that's awesome, game on.
Absolutely. And that's cool that you do that. Even though you may not know it, Dave, you still kind of go over it, because it's not just for you, it's for the fans, it's for other people too. So that is neat that you do that.
Well, I appreciate it, man. And it's really, it's just me sitting back and being like, okay, what ones would I be stoked about if I were into the property? Just because of photography. Like, look at this too. This is a Hayatoy's Chekov and all that stuff. And I don't know Star Trek. I knew the original, like the William Shatner and Leonard Nimoy movies. I didn't even really watch the series, but I saw the movie series with those guys. And so I know the name Chekov, but this isn't exactly the Chekov from there, but still.
No. That's pretty cool.
I mean, yeah, and he's got the plot goods too. This one's what's that?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. This is the James Gunn version, right? The movie, the most recent movie.
So.
This one,
I think so. And it's Maya Toys, and they're doing. I can't tell if when I look at the plot goods here, I don't know if it fits right or if it seems a little loose, and it feels like it's just hard to tell until you've got them in hand too.
Right. I think they came out with a Judge Dredd. He looks awesome. Really want to get him. But it's like, again, toy lines. So I got to stay in my lane as much as I want him. But yeah, in fact, I might break for that one. But yeah, that's awesome, man. This is, again, becoming a really cool times. Even those figures right there, those are pretty cool.
Well, right. And these are, I read a little about this, a certain scientific rail gun. Like, I obviously don't know things here either, but like all the stuff, and they're Amazing Yamaguchi. And this is something that I'm noticing with Amazing Yamaguchi is they're really kind of straightening up the look of their figures. That's a pretty seamless, I mean, considering what it used to be, that looks really good. It's kind of like way back when with Toy Biz, they had really ugly joints. And then as they progressed, things were getting a little better with Legends, you know?
Yep.
And I feel like Amazing Yamaguchi's that way. But yeah, like these, they still have that crazy articulation. They're probably slightly more limited, but
still, you give them the right position, the right pose, they look awesome, you know, so that's cool.
And she's got her Wolverine impression. That's important.
Yeah.
Just put a Logan head on that, see what happens.
All right.
And I always love, I think something I really enjoy about anime figures that we just don't have in the US is the goofy stuff like that head sculpt.
Yep.
Like,
yep.
That's just fun stuff. And again, she comes with all kinds of stuff. And this is, you know, I'm assuming if you guys know what a certain scientific railgun is, you've probably seen these, you're probably stoked about them, and you're probably thinking I should pick those up. So I'm not going to keep going through the rest of them. They look like they're pretty close to the same thing.
Yeah, probably, yeah, I'm sure they are. It's different head sculpt, different accessories.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like it looks like the bodies are slightly different, but they're still going to move well.
Yeah.
Let's see. Bakugo, who I've already said more than I actually know. Somebody's going to say that's not how you say his name, Dave, and you will be accurate. But yeah, I mean, SHF, between SHF and Amazing Yamaguchi last week, it was insane.
And those grenade fists?
They look like grenade fists.
Huh. Interesting.
Well, these poses are awesome. One of the things cool. They came out with a set for these guys, for this guy and I think Midoriya. I don't know, who knows names, but they're kind of effects and everything that you can use with them. And one of the things this one's got is he's got like 3 guns that mount on his shoulders on each side that comes in that set. Yeah. And he's got flame fists, it looks like.
Yeah, something blasting out of his hands. Or... Holy smokes. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, this is why I'm kind of host is, you know, people will say, I'll ask a question like, so how do you determine which figures to get in a certain line?
Michael Jordan right there looks cool. I think this is soft goods, right? The Michael Jordan, the MJ right there.
Yeah. Yeah, he's 1/6 scale. I haven't clicked on him
Oh,
yet.
never mind. Okay, never mind. It's 1/6, but yeah, it's still cool though.
Oh, that's a great head sculpt though.
Yeah.
Hang on. Because now that we see this.
That's cool.
Wow.
No, it's not Jordan. Never mind.
And that's one thing. Look at that.
No, sorry, I have these thicker glasses apparently. Jesus Christ. That's cool, man. That is awesome.
That is really good. I've gotten, I used to be big into all kinds of sports and all this stuff, and I just haven't been just time-wise the last several years. And when Maplex came out with a Jordan, I was just, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm saying same here. I used to be big into sports, and just because everything else, I went to the wayside. I used to love watching sports, and just after this hobby, I dropped everything else. I used to be a good gamer. I used to game. I mean, I'm a pretty good gamer, but I haven't really played much lately. So yeah, balance the time.
I got into. No, I'm not. I'm a lousy gamer, I would say today, just because the last time I really got into games was Halo 3.
Man, but I guarantee if you picked it up, you'd be great.
We used to, it was old school enough. It might have been Halo 1 Halo 1 was Blood Gulch, right?
Yeah.
So we would basically, a friend of mine had, he already had a place. He had a pretty good sized basement. We would go to his place with 4 TVs and 4 Xboxes and just beat the crap out of each other. It was awesome.
No, my buddy had a basement. We had a cubicle where it's partitioned in 4 areas, so no one could see anyone. Or we'd sit there yelling at each other, but we couldn't see each other's screens. And of course, you have someone trying to sneak over, the barrier. Look, what we had going on. So, yeah, the good old college drinking days. Oh Lord, so it was fun. It was fun. So good old days. So
we had a buddy, we would always play Blood Gulch. And we had a buddy that if he was on our side, he'd sit there and he'd just always come under fire. He just wasn't thinking when he was doing something, right? He's like, guys, I need help. And we're like, where are you? And he'd say the light side or the dark side.
Yeah, it didn't really help. Like, which side? You in the building or under shade? Oh man.
Yeah, it was just going. We're not going to be able to help you here, man. Let's see.
So this One Piece pirate.
This is Monkey to Luffy. I've heard Luffy. I think it's the right way to go, but it might be Luffy. I don't know. But
Luffy. Oh wow.
This is like an expansion, like a part set for him.
Gotcha.
And I don't know much about him, obviously, but I'm getting some slight Mr. Fantastic vibes.
Right?
Except for that's just insane. I love that accessory.
Fist of the North Star. That's what it looks like. An anime. That's funny.
Man, I've heard of Fist of the North Star, but I gotta. But there you go. There's all the. It's just crazy, and you can still get the figure that this goes with. I think he's like $35. So all in on this set and the figure, I think it's $70 or $75. So it's not ridiculous.
It's reasonable.
Yeah,
it's reasonable.
I mean, I don't know that I'd ever go reasonable on any of this, but
true, right?
Especially when you're me and you're like, wow, look, it all looks really cool.
Yeah, right?
Where did I? Oh, I was going to show you the gun set. I just saw it somewhere. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Bakugo, you're killing me. Here we go. So this is the same guy with the grenade hands, and part of the set is these 3.
Oh, that's cool. Wow.
That's what, it's not even, so I'm somebody that has kind of gotten sick of not sick of. That sounds way worse than I actually feel about it. But I'm kind of over just a rehash of all the same 80s designs and looks and all that stuff. So I think that's one of the reasons that I keep looking at anime is this is something that would be new to me. And even if they're rehashing it, who cares? It's still new to me, So I'm like, maybe I should check some of this stuff out.
You know what? One that you mentioned before was Ninja Scroll, Jubei. So the ninja. So that was a great anime. If you've never seen it, watch it. I'll say it's really cool. It's rated R, so just because it's anime. So
right.
be warned. So if you're out there right now,
I just need to clean out here for the algorithm. I'll watch whatever.
Yeah, exactly. It's there, But I'll say definitely watch that one. Ninja Scroll is my favorite. Vampire Hunter D, or another classic of mine. Oh boy! And then for shows like Bubblegum Crisis, I used to watch that back in the day. Even my buddies, they would watch Sailor Moon, and I'm like, really? And I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. Like, all right, whatever. But we watched it. But it was neat. It was anime. It was something that was in Florida too. So at the time, and not that many people were into anime. I'm like, oh wow, I watch this since you guys have it. I love anime. So since they had it, but I'm like, oh god, all right, something else now. Let's watch something cool. But nonetheless, Sailor Moon's fun. People like it, and I like it too. It's not bad. But definitely, I would say Akira, Vampire Hunter D, Ninja Scroll, hands down, are my favorite. Top three, just to be basic about it. Say check them out.
No, I definitely check them. One of my favorite trilogies actually was I watched the subbed version of the first 3 Gundam movies.
Oh, nice, man.
This is insane, like the themes that they were dealing with at the time.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
This is cool.
Yeah, even like Cowboy Bebop, more recent one. That's pretty cool. So get a chance to watch that.
I think I've seen some. Is that on Netflix?
Oh, it is on Netflix, yeah. And I think the movie's on YouTube.
Okay.
I think it's some old school ones. Now I'm thinking about Wicked City. That's really cool. Wicked City. Oh Lord, it's coming back to me now. It's been forever since I've seen anime. This is cool. Is it Muscle?
Yeah, I mean, basically, I guess what we thought of as Muscle may have been based off Kinnikuman from Japan.
Okay. Oh yeah.
And I don't know. My assumption would be that we just got them imported from Japan as the little muscle guys, and that's probably what they were.
Dude, yeah, exactly. I love them. So
then they decided to
That's awesome. That's righteous. Dude. Oh, dude. Oh man, I may have to get him. Oh man. Damn it. Oh man, you're killing me, Dave.
I kill me every weekend.
Oh man, yeah. That's so
I'm going
cool.
through this stuff. I'm just like, oh no, I have to put this in the newsletter, but I want it too.
Right? I like when a figure can cross his arms. That's just neat. To get there and do the crossing the arms, like Mesco said that Dr. Doom can cross his arms, right? Or not said, but in the picture that they had a stock photo of Dr. Doom can cross his arms. That's not the case. He cannot cross his arms. He's stuck as far as you're going to get him, and it doesn't look cool. If you position him in the right way, it does look like it, but it's a letdown. Like, dang it, I was so stoked for that photo. That photo op like that, just him crossing his arms, the Dr. Doom style. And
that
nope,
sucks.
didn't go through. Actually, got to a point where exactly. He's supposed to be Dr. Doom doing Doom things, So no, but I know that. Golly, I don't know if I say this out loud. My wife might kill me. But Mayfa, no, is it the? What was it? Those guys, Mythic Legions, the bear. So I'm not sure if I read any of the Marvel with Dr. Doom riding a bear. So I want to get that bear and put Dr. Doom, the Mesco Doom, on that bear, riding it, and get since I live in Chicago, we get snow. Get him on the snow, riding up along, and there's Dr. Doom from that. I'm trying to think of which one it was. That's where basically Dr. Doom, and I think he needs to save the Earth, and he has to go against Kang the Conqueror, I think. Or Kang says, Doom, what does he say? And the whole entire thing, he says, I'm going to save you because you're the one who's going to, I'm going to beat you, Doom. He kept saying it over and over and over again, where he does save Doom, and then Doom ends up killing him, I think at the end, and saving the Earth. But nonetheless, I digress. That's all I want. The bear from Mythic Legions and Doom writing for photography. So, all right. So that's cool, right?
That's exactly why I pick stuff up. I'm like, oh, this would look so good for a picture.
And just for a picture too, right? It's like, oh, damn it, I'm gonna keep this forever.
Especially, what's that bear, like $100 or something?
I got it. So yeah. Exactly. So I gotta do something else with it. I'm not gonna do it for Doom, but I gotta do some other cool things with it. Obviously, like Conan fighting the bear in the woods. I have a werewolf. What was that William, veteran werewolf? I have that too. So that's really neat. So him going against the bear, just all sorts of different things you can do. Or even the most recent Predator movie, Predator versus the bear. If you have that invisible Predator, you have him over your head, just ripping him apart.
Right.
So it's just options. So now that's neat right there. That's what you have going on right there. So is that from Muscle, or is that something different? They
were using this for the Muscle shots.
Okay.
And then they have, let's see, what else? And then I was going to show these figures. They're basically, those are the different figures than what we had. But they're kind of like that. Hang on. I love that it's basically a corner, and it comes with 3 of these chairs.
Yeah.
So it's just a good solid, like you get 4 of them to build a whole ring. You've got all the chairs you could possibly need.
I'm wondering. Now, can you buy 4 of those? I was wondering, can you buy 4 of those plates and make it bigger? You know what I'm saying? So is it like a piece that you buy separately? Is it one for one corner, or you can buy 4 and put them together? You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was thinking. But if we look here, like look at the base.
It looks like they attach. Yep. Looks like they can't attach.
Mm-hmm. Depending.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe they've got a.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Like if there's no interlocking anything here, it doesn't look like.
Well, I'm saying if you move the ridge in there, it looks like you can probably slide a little piece that kind of connects it. But again, that's too small because look at the rope; it doesn't go all the way further across. So never mind. I thought it'd be cool to actually make it a little bit bigger. That's just too small of a ring, right? Just in my opinion.
I don't know. I was looking for the dimensions on it, and I couldn't find the base dimensions.
Yeah, that just looks small. It looks like a 6x6, or even 8x8.
Oh, let's see if maybe I was just off.
Specs. There's a specs right there.
Yeah, they've got the height, but they don't have the width. The height is 6.7 inches.
Okay.
So if we base it off that, we might be looking at 13 inches if we put them all together.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
So it's not terrible, but it's not as big as what you probably want.
Yeah.
And then the figures I was going to show from that were these, but I don't get why they've got the grids on them. But they're your basic S.H.Figuarts, just base bodies, which is pretty cool. I like the gray bodies because obviously, like you did with the McFarlane figure, you get to customize. But when you've got these black lines going here, I don't know what that's all about.
I like that. The grid, it reminds me of like Marvel versus Capcom, like the training room or like kind of a grid room. And imagine like having like a grid character, if you're going to put a picture like a Danger Room character, just have him as a bot, if you know,
okay.
So, something just boom, 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 robot right there, grid robot in the grid room. So if you remember playing like Marvel vs. Capcom, the training room, it's kind of like a grid. That'll look awesome like that. Something like that, just for training against a danger room or something scenario like that. Like, Beast tearing one apart, Wolverine shredding one apart, Jubilee blasting one with the fire effect, and Gambit done. With this ink up the sleeve, pulling apart. So having a few of those is kind of cool for fodder. I like seeing stuff like that because again, I think about fodder. cheap figures that you can use just to blow up, melt, or whatever that you're not going to really keep, but you want to have as just for background stuff, basically. So those are cool, though. I like those.
No, and everything was so good. Like it's unfair how great all this stuff is these days.
I know, man.
I mean, as I'm going through, imagine you're thinking I'm trying to talk you into this stuff. Imagine me having to go through it all.
I know, man.
And I'm sitting there going,
not easy.
No, must have.
Oh man, I hear you.
Yeah, if I can get it to look good, it helps us all out in options. Yes, it does, sir.
Amen. Amen.
And I know we're getting back to the chat. We got a little catching up to do, but we didn't do too bad.
Awesome.
That's 25. That is cheap these days. I'm buying her. Yep. Cammy is definitely worth the money, I think. I'm not even in Street Fighter fan. I'm not even a Street Fighter fan. You know, I remember playing Street Fighter way back when. I enjoyed playing the game, but this is one line I'm in because of how good the figures are.
Yeah.
It's not even, like I think they look cool and everything, but the way they function is insane. Let's see, have y'all tried museum gel /wax to pose figures? It's used in 1/6 scale for posing. I haven't. Have you given that a shot?
I can't say I have. No, it's pretty cool. I know there's wax that you can get, like they came with that casket of cruelty, whatever.
Yeah. From Super Action stuff.
Yep. Actually, do I have them right here? If they're right here, I thought I did have them right here. Bogus. I'm sorry, bogus. I thought I had them right there available. But they're neat because they have a little block of wax to give you that you can put, like stuff in the figure's hand. You can pose them with it. But I imagine to put in the joints, it might get gooky though. I imagine throughout a while. So I was gonna say the little droplet. So that stuff it lasts forever. Like the stuff I was showing you, not the oil, but this stuff that there's some called like shock joint, whatever. I think it's called shock joint. And this has not been that much gooky stuff. I can only imagine wax throughout the times. It just will come apart. I have used putty on some figures' heads, like on a head to keep together, and then throughout time, or if it's hot or a little warm, it just comes apart like gum. It's like, I didn't like that too much. So things less nasty and greasy and whatnot. So you gotta find that options. But I can imagine that wax working as well. So that's pretty neat. That's cool.
Yeah, that's an idea I wouldn't have thought of. I know putty is like when I have a figure that can't really hold a coffee cup, but I need a picture with a figure holding the coffee cup. That's just slap that in there, get it out of there as soon as I'm done. Exactly for why you said,
Mm-hmm.
Pretty excited for Cammy and Dee Jay. I'll probably be caught up with the Jada Street Fighters by the end of the year. Excellent, LBZ. I'm going to expect pictures. This is me being hardcore. I want pictures, though. See. Oh boy, new Jada. I am very excited. Good man, Spaded One. Jada, like, there's something about all of them. Like, I don't have this nostalgic connection with Scooby-Doo, but when I saw they're doing a Scooby-Doo line, suddenly I find myself wanting Scooby-Doo figures.
Right.
Like this is a problem. DJ looks great. Waiting to hear about Guile going up. He's the one I'm most excited for. That is not a loud Spaded One. Everybody knows the one to be most excited for is Blanca.
Blanca's awesome. No, but I would say for me, if they come with Akuma, I'm in. That's it. Akuma is my favorite.
Akuma.
Oh crap! Damn it! Oh,
he was shown at the last STCC. I mean, the whole thing they just showed his back.
Yeah, and that's
and if you get one tragic.
Yeah, exactly. It's a domino effect. It's oh my lord. All right. Always blood can't give away, donate, so
All right. McFarlane did a great job with the Batgirl cycle. I agree, Nolan. I think that thing looks a lot of fun. And just the sheer goofiness of it with the ultra serious look of the Mayfix Batgirl will make me chuckle heartily. See, that Bat cycle was inspired by a pair of old lady underwear.
Yeah, you see the ruffles around it?
The old lady was clearly heavily scented in lavender. These are things that should never be said. Let's see. I'm in episode 1120 of One Piece. Oh, good Lord, man. That's more than 1,000. I was hoping it just stopped at 1,000.
That's crazy.
that's gotta be a record. See, KJ Smith, thank you for stopping by, man. Sup, sir?
What's up, man?
We would keep going. Let's see. I love that the people get together and they're like, "Hey, what's going on? Good to see you."
Right. It's a nice community, definitely.
Mm-hmm. See, the reason for all these announcements is Wonderfest, I believe. Oh, I didn't know Wonderfest was this past week. Nice. Oh, and that's something I missed. I totally missed there were some Amazing Yamaguchi monster type figures that I don't know anything about, but they look cool. Let's see, I just pre-ordered Cammy. It will be the new Falcon's girlfriend.
Nice, dude. Yeah, I would like to get a couple of Cammies. That'd be cool. And then from there, swap out the heads and put some like cover trooper heads, and paint her outfit blue. There you go. You got some provocative troopers there right there. So I think Ninja showed that before. Articulated Ninja. Mm-hmm. He showed a blue version of Cammy and swap out the head and whatever. I'm like, that was pretty cool. I'm not sure what version of Street Fighter Cammy that was, but it wasn't Jada, honestly. But that's really neat because that looks cool, it's to do that. There's older videos
to like the Player 2 versions and all that stuff. What color do you remember the colors that Cammy was, like her Player 2 version?
I'll say there's green, I think there's gray. If I want to say blue, I want to say, and even a yellow. There's like things that are like for colors, I think there's some later versions, I believe. But back then it was like Player 2 was it red? Dang it.
Yeah.
No,
I'm not sure. But if Ninja had a blue one, then obviously that was one of them. Maybe
I know later on you can call it, they have different suits. So like, golly, I'm trying to think again, Marvel versus Capcom. If you hit like, a different kick button or punch button, they have a different color. So I think Ryu is white, blue, was it black? So different colors you can use, So it is neat. But again, think about the arcades, what button you push. You have 6 buttons to choose from, 6, whatever different colors you have. I'm just trying to think Player 2. I think it would be blue. It sounds familiar. So let's see, Cammy blue.
Okay. Well, the fact that Ninja had that too, it's got to be like, most people try and stay accurate with that stuff, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Trigun is a good one. Ooh, Trigun.
Yep, it's an anime. So, yeah, Trigun's cool.
Ghost have Kinnikuman was Ultimate Muscle's dad. Ooh.
That I never knew. That's pretty cool. That's awesome.
With that. Terminator Origin, or Terminator 1, isn't it? Was awesome, and that was anime.
Oh, Terminator 0, right? I think it is. Okay. Yeah, I think it is. I believe.
I was even the number 0, and I just totally botched that.
I look like to me. I need thicker glasses. Like I said, I'm blind. It's getting worse and worse. So, and I had internet problems. I'm using my phone right now, so I was like, So
no.
Making it work. Making it work. So
you need the Badger. My Tokyo Ninja fights. What? Badger. I need to know things. This is another reason I'm looking at anime. Must know more. That setup with the stick bodies reminds me of old wrestling game Create a Move menus. I don't remember those. Was it like, are we talking old? No, I was thinking boxing. I was thinking Punch Out. I was going way back when.
I was thinking about NES Pro Wrestling.
Oh, man. Let's see. The grid adds to create a move menu effect. Huh. Boop, boop, boop. I don't know. Can't wait for the Jada Scooby-Doo figures. Might end up all in on that one. Oh, Nolan.
They had to have the minor 49er, so you have to have the monsters too, you know. So minor 49.
I mean, I don't know if you saw the Jada stuff, but they've got, what is it, like the green monster guy from the first, like he was in the opening credits, I think, of some of them.
Yeah, yeah.
Instantly, he was familiar. And then there's another, like the only ones they showed were basically two monster guys and Shaggy.
Yeah, that's cool.
So they're loading up. Late to the party. Hi all. Hey Brick, what's going on, man? Thank you for stopping by. Ooh. I need to work on the whole eye thing myself. Let's see. I'm barely, it's 162 on my rewatch with the kids. Man. Okay. Are One Piece, are they like 5-minute episodes? Because I'd feel better about myself if they weren't like, you know, full on half hour.
Sure, they're full on half hours. I'm almost sure they are.
No.
Right. That's when you do dioramas, you put it down in the background, and that's it. You let it roll. Unless you're going to watch it and focus, but something like that, background, and pay attention when you want to.
Have we already had a rant about the $85 Dragon Man?
Not yet. I saw that, man. Oh man, he's huge. So
it is. You know, I'm actually surprised that it's as low as it is, cost-wise.
True.
Like, I think a lot of people were calling for it to be more like 120, 150, somewhere in there.
I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. But again, you look at articulation. Can he really move that well? You know, or can he really do with him? He's being a big static hunk of plastic, you know, and move his leg just a little bit. So, again, if he was really highly articulate, like Ant-Man or you know, Galactus, then I'm pretty sure, you know, for that big of a figure, he'd be a lot more money. I guarantee it. But pretty sure they trimmed down the tooling of articulation and made it cheaper and made the cost cheaper. But again, impressive to be that big. I don't know. Again, I'm just talking the way I was looking at the joints, looking at the picture. But it looked cool. Honestly, he looked really cool. So, but it also looked cool.
You looked at the picture closer than I did, I think, because I didn't really pay that much attention. I think I saw one at one point and then had to keep scrolling for something else. So, what's he missing articulation wise?
It didn't look all that well. And that's all he has is a book, a small little book that he has for an accessory, other than his wings. So I didn't see all that much. I just saw enough. Like, do I really want to get it? I'm like, damn it. No. Again, some Marvel, but mainly G.I. Joe. Gotta keep it the G.I. Joe. So.
I gotta say the Tokyo Ninja fighting a badger, many different shots, even one kicking the badger in the headshot.
So I've seen the pictures he's referring to. Yeah. So his Neon Tokyo is actually really neat. So he paints really well. So he's been doing painting for some time, and it's impressive. You know, it's really neat how he's been doing it for just 20 plus years, if I'm not mistaken. But he started for Halo and whatnot, and then he saw me out. Like, hey man, come join our group on Facebook, and I'm with him and some other groups that with him. And seeing the stuff, it's really neat. Just seeing, again, a community of people who I feel like I'm more connected with them than I am with my best friends. Because, again, I'm sharing something with these guys that I don't really share with my friends. They're like, really, man? So, but they see what I do. They know, like, hey, you know, this is my hobby. It's more for, you know, kids, whatnot. You know, when I have my kids, hey, this is all to you. So here, these G.I. Joes. I have some old school G.I. Joe still in the box. I think I have... Thank you. I have what is it? I have Tunnel Rat. I have the Techno Viper, and I'm trying to think. I have one more I can't think, but they're from the original 80s, like 85, 86 version, still in the box, mint. So So my son, daughter, here's your college tuition right here. You know, so there you go. You go to school. So, but yeah, he is good painting. He's really impressive work. So I'll say.
I'll have to check it out. Let's see. Hope we're doing well, KJ. Hope everybody's doing well. Is everybody having a good evening? It's a good night. It's a good night to discuss this stuff. It's Monday, so what better way to end it? See, Brick, if you cut out the intro recap and the NTs, they're truly like 8 minutes each. Awesome. Now I'm feeling better. And I don't know with you, Tragic. So for me, if I have something on in the background, I'm gonna watch it unless it's something I know really well.
Seen before, yeah. Mm-hmm. There are times where something else is new, and I'm doing something. Oh wow! And then before you know it, I'm like, oh my god, I gotta get to work here. What am I doing here? So yeah, it does happen all the time. That's why I either put on, just again, music or a show I've seen 1,000 times or a movie I've seen I don't care about, I've seen 100 times, but something new, it can be challenging. But I do sometimes put on a podcast. I'm like, dang it, here I'm getting distracted, what I'm trying to do, and just sidetracked. So, but yeah, it does happen, but sometimes I just try to force myself, like, okay, I got to watch this and then I got to do this. So got to just prioritize my time, otherwise, sleep. I would say sleep is something I love, and I don't sleep that much. I sleep, so I go to bed around midnight, and I get up around 6:30. I'll get down and try to do what I can in the morning, during the weekday. Even weekends I get up early and I start jamming. And again, social media. I'm starting this because I find this to be interesting, fun, and neat, and something that everyone who's involved in this can get involved. Like, if you like the toy, you like the product, you like the shots. I mean, I'm in it for the pictures. I love the pictures, and to do all this and invest all this money for pictures is quite a bit, but I'm also learning how to do, again, like, the soldering, all that kind of fun stuff. So, and LED lights and dioramas and just kind of learning all the new stuff. I think it's neat. It's an endless well of knowledge, and everyone should just go for it. I'm all about buying based off toys, whatever, put on my wall, and that's it. Again, I don't really open my figures. These GI Joes that I have here, they're gonna go straight to the wall. They're never gonna see a day of life. But my Martha, she gotta come out, and if I'm gonna get a figure, that's because I know I'm gonna do something with it. So it means I'm gonna really take them and I'm gonna deck them out and do something cool with it. That's it. It's something neat, something fun, and again, I have to have the vision. Without the vision, it's not gonna happen. So there's the one. So. Again, that goes for everyone. If you have a vision, something you see that you want to do, pursue it. Do it. No one's going to stop you but you. So that's it, man. So that's really it in a nutshell. If you guys have any questions, you guys want anything, you guys want me to get on YouTube and just start doing, show you what I do, I'll be more than happy to. Because I've been thinking about it for a while, and I've been learning the stuff. So I'm like, well, it's time for me to teach. So, and those who like the stuff, those who want to see this in photography, you can visit my YouTube channel, or not YouTube, sorry, Facebook or my Instagram. It's Tragic Hero. Either way, either or. I'm also on X as Tragic Hero. I'm also, I guess, if you have a question, man, you'll find me. I'm there. So if you follow Toy Picks, you'll find me, and just reach out to me for any questions, so I'm here for you guys. And Dave, honestly, since I've been following you for a while and just watching you do this, I'm like, this is amazing what you do. So it's neat, it's cool, and it's fun. And again, it's wholesome, and again, it's the community. So if everyone to get together, talk about toys, talk about nerdism of whatever sorts, games, movies, whatever it is, it feels good to be part of this group, and this community.
It's a good group we've got here. I'm pretty happy, and thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's all for the fun. Let's see. One Piece can be 25 minutes out of 10 to 15 minutes of actual content. All right. I think what they're trying to do here, Tragic, is convince us that it's really not that bad. It's not actually going to be 500 hours of your life to watch 1,000 episodes.
You got to skip 5 or 10 minutes of the beginning part and then skip the rest of the half. So.
Right. You're good. per episode. Thank you, Ghost.
Perfect. So yeah, skip to the 5-minute marker.
Right. Just go there right away. Dragon Man does look good, and he is a good size. Looks like he could run roughshod through the entire Disney Gargoyles roster. Goliath could. It's just Dragon Man. Goliath's got this. Yeah, I try to bring all the cool, nice guys that would fit with the other guys and build like an old school vibe friends group. There it is, man. Quality over quantity, and they all enjoy each other.
Yep.
That's awesome. We got this one. Let's see. I've been watching anime since I was 8 and haven't stopped. I definitely recommend it to anyone. Anime is incredible, broad, and always impresses me on creativity.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna need to start loading up a little bit when I kind of am on a similar schedule. Like it's just time. It's what you're gonna devote your time to, you know. So
oh yeah, that's for sure.
I think that's about it tonight, folks. So make sure get a hold of me, get a hold of Tragic if you have any questions about this stuff. And thank you, sir. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
This was good chat. Good chat.
Absolutely. Anytime, man. If you want to have me again, let me know. I'll be more than happy to. So
cool. I appreciate it, and I'm sure I will. Once I see other things. I mean, you're working on a dio now that I'll be like, all right, I'm going to show this off. I'll bring you on for that for sure.
You got it, man. You got it.
All right, guys. Well, have a good night, and we'll chat next time. This is the awkward part where I hit end stream, and I never know when it actually ends. So let's do this. I'll hold perfect.